the poem that Tiffany shared a while back. Life is short, though I keep this from my children. Life is short, and I've shortened mine in 1,000 delicious, ill-advised ways. 1,000 deliciously ill-advised ways I'll keep from my children. The world is at least 50% terrible, and that's a conservative estimate, though I keep this from my children. For every bird, there is a stone thrown at a bird. For every loved child, a child broken, bagged, sunk in a lake. Life is short and the world is at least half terrible. And for every kind stranger, there is one who would break you, though I keep this from my children. I am trying to sell them the world. Any decent realtor walking you through a real shithole chirps on about good bones. This place could be beautiful, right? You could make this place beautiful.
Okay, thank you. Today, I've set a challenge for myself because I've never taught this, and because I never teach things that I haven't experienced and that I don't understand. And the problem with this is that it lies so outside our consensus reality that a lot of things have to happen to be able to take advantage of it. So first, let's look at the emotion weird, okay? Weird is simply your body not being able to recognize a particular pattern. So our brains are basically pattern recognition tools. My son works for Google in artificial intelligence, and we can sit and talk brains because they're patterning computers after the human brain. So when it recognizes a certain pattern of where you're visiting on your phone, it will then start sending you all kinds of pop-up ads related to that. Well, your brain does the same thing, recognizes a pattern, makes all kinds of associations to begin to integrate that. But in that period of chaos, and we talked about this some at the end last week, of chaos, as a matter of fact, hand me that sheet right there. Oh, no, I can get it. Never mind. That period of chaos, we have a very strong pushback from our brain. And I saw that very vividly demonstrated. I had a big Rottweiler, 120-pound dog, who was encountering his first plastic bag being blown by the wind. And they didn't know what it was. So he and his sister are down with their paws out like this and their heads down, their ears back, their hackles up. And every time the bag would move, they would back up. And this plastic bag moved them around the backyard for about 10 minutes until it blew into one of them. And then they trashed it almost immediately. They realized it wasn't going to hurt them. But you could see how on guard, immediately in fight or flight, their bodies went when exposed to something that was weird to their nervous system. Now, when we begin talking about experiencing energy, that's about as weird as things get for most people. We've associated spirituality with being woo-woo, okay? When there's absolutely nothing woo-woo about experiencing energy, all right? In most cultures, they're not energy blind. We are literally raised energy blind. Native American cultures, they could sense the movement of herds 50 miles away. They could sense weather patterns coming. Traditional plant people could tell the healing properties of a plant just by being silent with it and listening to the energies. Now, when we hear that, we go, that's really woo-woo. That's weird. Okay. Well, now we're developing technologies that can translate energies into things our senses can see. So I don't know how many of you have seen the things on Instagram where they convert the energy that plants are emitting into music.
Sound.
And plants sing, and they communicate through energy. Now, energy carries information on it, and that was probably the hardest thing for me to really grasp was, what does it mean energy carries information? How many of you have listened to a symphony being broadcast on FM radio or rock and roll? Okay. All that information is coming on an energy wave. Think about that. There's no direct physical transmission of that information. The information is being carried on a wave, which is put in a certain format here and received by your tuner and translated into something that your brain can recognize. You can hear those sound patterns. So in traditional cultures, we have talked about us as ourselves as energy beings more than as physical beings. And beginning to think of yourself as an energetic being is sometimes very hard. People work at it way too hard. But we have built-in energy sensors that pick this up. I wanted to show you, this is a model of transformation from Kripalu. Down here is connection to the source. And look at this little word right over here, just before you have new integration. Word is chaos.
See if they can see it.
So
I should have put it on the computer. There we are down at the bottom.
So we were talking about chaos as a precursor
Resistance
to change.
to chaos.
And our resistance to chaos is what keeps us from learning. So we have to be willing to go through a period of unknowing and not knowing, of chaos, to be able to shift into anything new.
Or stay open.
That's what, become
That where you're
comfortable with
going?
chaos, yes. To not close, no excuse to close. So here is the way you may have seen our energy body described. Okay, can you all get that? So you can see that it's like a nest of Russian dolls, with our physical body being the densest aspect of our body. But what that suggests is that you have other layers that are capable of sensing the same way that your physical body does. And when I say that we're energy blind, what I mean is that we actively ignore information that's coming in through these other bodies. And here comes someone, I want to hear this. Amy is the woman who's doing some new work in fascia, which very much, she's using energy and doesn't know it. Casey, Matthew's sister. So we have these energetic bodies receiving information. Now, another way of diagramming this is to go inward, so that on this one, instead of the subtle bodies going outside, the subtle bodies are going inwards towards the center. So the center is what's called the Anandamaya kosha. These layers are called koshas, or energy sheaths. And it's the one in the center of our being. So spatial analogies don't work with energy.
Right.
Okay.
Art and I had this discussion a while back. He said, you know, that diagram that shows the koshas that you work out to this. And I said, yeah, but you can also have a diagram where it works into your soul, to the Ananda.
To the Anandamaya kosha. So at our core, we are being, we are consciousness, we are bliss. That's our identity. But because these spatial metaphors get so complex, it's difficult to do a diagram. So one way of thinking about it is to think about your genetic code. Every single cell of your body contains the genetic information to recreate your entire body. Do you understand that? That information is encoded in trillions of cells in your body. So here's a macrocosm that the information for is in every cell of your being. Well, it's a very similar thing with energy. It's the outside and the inside, and they interpenetrate. So for the purposes of discussion, so these different levels are called koshas, which simply means sheaths.
Layers.
Right? Or layers. So depends upon how you think about it. I can work with people on the table doing my energy work. I'll tell them to close their eyes, and I'll say, tell me when you can feel my hand, okay? And I'll hold my hand 3 feet from their body. And they'll go, okay, I feel you. And I say, okay, look at where my hand is. And they go, and then they look up here and they go, whoa, that's weird, okay? Then I'll drop down and I'll feel another edge. Oh, that's weird, all right? So we'll be able to find at least 4 different layers where they will feel a shift in their energy. So what we're going to work on is beginning to develop these capacities to feel through these energy bodies. They're called an energy body that surrounds you. So it's weird, but it's not supernatural. You are an energy field integrating with and interpenetrating with other energy fields, which deeply affect you. So you say, so why do I need to know this? Let me read you from what's called the Radiant Sutras. Could you send Sherry the link to the meeting?
Do I have her information?
I'll do it later then. Okay. So it says, rivers of power flowing everywhere. This is a 7th century Sanskrit text. Fields of magnetism relating everything. That's what we mean by love and spiritual traditions, is that this is magnetic energy. It's keeping things cohering, moving towards each other. It's what draws life's longing after itself. I'm longing for completion through union with you. This is your origin. This is your lineage. This is what you emerge from, is this field of energy. The currents of creation are right here, right now, coursing through subtle channels, animating this very form. Follow the gentle touch of life, soft as the footprint of an ant, as tiny sensations open to vastness. Okay? So what we're attuning to is very subtle sensations, very subtle movements. And I love that image of as gentle as the footprint of an ant. So we're a culture that's looking for the next big feeling, the next thing that just hits our senses and slams us, okay? And we're being encouraged to say you're missing what you're longing for spiritually because it's so subtle. Okay. It says power sings as it flows. We know that. We can hear the plant singing now. Power sings as it flows. That electrifies the organs of sensing. So your capacity to tune in where your awareness meets these subtle sensations is how you begin to receive them, to receive that information. It becomes liquid light, okay? We know this now. Your fascia carries liquid light. It carries energy. It sounds crazy. Read a woman named Catherine Clinton. It takes these external energies, turns it into liquid energy, and carries it through your body and nourishes your body. That's why we need to be out in the sunlight. If you're around plants, it nourishes you. Having your feet in the earth nourishes your being. And it's part of the reason that we're becoming sick is because we're disconnected from our nurturing environment. So spirituality is not something esoteric. It's something that gives you a way of actually feeling your connection with what nourishes you, to feel the embrace of the earth, the embrace not as a metaphor, but as a real connection. Celebrate the boundary where your stream joins the sea, where your body meets infinity. So today we're going to do some meditation, a meditation on simply coming to your physical body. Most of us relate to our physical bodies as an object, okay? It's a beauty object, so I'm going to make it acceptable and beautiful for people to look at. It's a work object. It's Brother Mule. It's going to make me rich. It's going to provide me with a living. It's something to move things around. We don't relate to it as a rich field of connection with peace, love, and joy. So it's one of the, you hear me say in your meditation, three things need to happen. One, awareness, present moment awareness. Two, your breath calm. Three, pay attention to the sensations in your body. And that's the part that begins to open things up for you to find the peace that's in this moment, the joy that's in this moment. It's right here, but you're looking in the wrong place. You're looking out there. It's not out there. It's in these sensations. So let's stop for one moment of questioning before we begin the meditation. Anybody got questions? I know this is.
So that's the first kosha.
That's the
The
first
physical
kosha,
body,
the physical body.
Annamaya kosha.
So we're going to start there and work outward.
There you go.
You are the ocean. We just don't realize it. So I'll be giving you some guidance. So relax. This is a meditation that's often done lying down. It's called the 61 points. It's used in Yoga Nidra, but we're going to adapt it today. So if you want to shut off your screens and lie down on the floor in Shavasana, you're welcome to do that. If you want to stay in your chair, get comfortable, as relaxed as possible.
Also appropriate to sit, just so that you have those neural pathways to receive the energy in whatever position you're in. So it's nice to mix it up sometimes.
And so if you feel comfortable, close your eyes. Let the vibrations of the gong resonate your body. Begin to let go of all thoughts, worry, and tension. Allow yourself to relax, letting go of any effort to make something happen. as much as you're able, allowing yourself to trust. Nothing to understand. Nothing to add or subtract. Receiving your experience in every cell of your being. Having as an attention to begin to sense with the energy that is your being. Now bring your whole physical body into awareness. The whole body. Extending gratitude to your body for having been a trusted vehicle, for allowing your expression in the world. Now it's time for the body to rest deeply. So give yourself permission to rest. Taking a deep breath in and exhale. And now to attune yourself to your body, take another breath up to the throat and hold it there until the inner urgings of the body ask you to release. When you're ready, take a second breath, inhaling deeply, hold it, allowing tensions to build without struggle. And again, when you feel the inner urgings of the body ready to exhale, let it go, releasing the tensions with it. And now a third conscious breath. Taking it in, closing the throat, holding it even longer now, but without any strain or struggle. And when your body prompts you to release, let go fully of whatever the body no longer needs, letting it out, letting it go, emptying as fully as is possible. Allowing the breath to rise and fall with its own rhythm. breath becoming progressively quieter and more still. Tuning in to subtler and subtler layers of sensation. Your breath inviting you into deeper levels of stillness. Your breath inviting you to be still and be quiet. Make any last minute adjustments that will allow you to remain relaxed and motionless. And make it your intention to stay awake and aware as much as possible. Allow any disturbances to draw you deeper into the experience. Allowing my words to be received energetically by the whole body. Being open to entering the subconscious energetic field of energy. Letting the mind melt and merge into the energy body. Allowing yourself to go beyond the boundaries of body and mind. Now shift from thinking and doing to feeling and being. Doing absolutely nothing from this point on. Simply relax. Drop into the deepest states of tranquility and stillness. Letting your awareness directly connect and commune with your energy body. Bring your awareness to the sensations in the body. And observe how you're bringing your awareness feeds the sense of expansion of the pulsating energy field. Your energy will follow where you direct your attention. If you feel any tension, simply allow it to melt and dissolve into the expanding energy field. Allow a deep connection to the original force of life force energy that is your body. a life force energy that fulfills you, nourishes you, contains all the answers to your spiritual longing. And when you're ready, bring your awareness to your brow center. And now the pit of the throat. The right shoulder. Awareness connecting with the physical sensations of the right elbow. The right wrist. Right thumb. Feeling the body from the inside. Index finger. Middle finger. Ring finger. Pinky finger. Right wrist. Elbow. Shoulder. Pit of the throat. Your left shoulder. Elbow. Left wrist. Left thumb. Index finger. Middle finger. Ring finger. Pinky. Left wrist. Elbow. Shoulder. Pit of the throat. Heart center. Right side of the chest. Heart center. Left side of the chest. Heart center. Solar plexus. Pubic bone. Right hip. Right knee. Right ankle. Right big toe. Second toe. Third toe. Fourth toe. Fifth toe. right ankle, right knee, right hip, pubic bone, left hip, left knee, left ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, pinky toe, left ankle, left knee, left hip, pubic bone, solar plexus, heart center, pit of the throat, brow center, bringing your full awareness to the brow center. Allow yourself to drop into even deeper levels of relaxation. Here, there is nothing to do or achieve. You're entering the domain of divine grace. Allow yourself to merge here and be empty, allowing all thoughts to dissolve. This is a place of integration and wholeness, faith and trust. Allow the innate wisdom of energy to heal your whole being. Allow yourself to receive this healing energy with every cell of your being. Trust that your healing is happening without any need for you to do anything. Feeling those life force energies flowing freely, healing body, mind, soul. Resting in the grace and protection of presence. Bringing the focus of your awareness back to the breath, back to the outer levels of awareness, watching the breath breathe itself, moving your body in whatever way feels delicious. Okay. Wonder how many people are asleep. I think we got a couple. So, questions, comments,